All right, just rolling off. We are watching some super late models at USA International. We've got 19 cars on track. We'll be doing 60 laps. So on pole is going to be the number 1 car, Kyle Souza. Outside of him, Ryan Latch. Then the 4 car, Miriam Hernandez Probst. And the 5 of Jake Silva. Inside the 3rd row is going to be Kyle Mooney. And outside of him, in the yellow and white 11, is Richie Morocco. Next row inside is the 16 of John Salami. And the 8, Tara Nally. So, we're getting ready to go. Coming around one last time under pace car control. It'll drop in out of turn 4, and Souza will bring him down to the green flag in the number 1 car. And green flag is out. So, Souza. Big gap on the field. Back behind him, and we've already got a yellow out. Let's take a look at that. Looks like it is the number 2, Zach Washington. Take a quick look at what happened to him. On the high side, just gets tagged by the 3, although he did not go all the way up to the wall like you would expect someone to do out of the corner on the high side. So, not sure whose fault that is, but doesn't matter at that point. He's now back in 19th. We're going to do some pace laps. So should be a shorter caution just because we don't have anyone a lap down. We've got a couple of people going to pit road. The 15, the 17, the 2, and the 7. Not going to do a whole lot of good for them, but the 2 probably needs to get some tires on it after locking up down the backstretch after that wreck. So lights are still on the pace car. Going to do at least one more lap. And then hopefully get back going green. So let's do a quick rundown of the order while we're still pacing. 1 car, Souza. Latch in the 10. Sylvia in the 5. Hernandez Probst in the 4. Morocco in the 11. Mooney in the yellow 6. 8 car is Tara Nally. And Steve Seegers. Looks like we got a couple of people passing people. So they're getting lined up 2 by 2, going back to green. Well, let's see if we can go more than a corner here. So, no split in this race, so we've got a very wide variety. Right now, the number 1 car on pole is 5,116 iRating, and the lowest iRating in the race is a 550.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag back out. And it looks like we got another one going around. Gets it sorted out. He's stuck in the wall. Hopefully he gets it off the wall and we can just continue on. So, we're still green, luckily, and we got a challenge for the lead. The number 5 car, only a 1900 iRating driver, given a little challenge to the top spot of Souza. So Sylvia working on the inside of Souza. That is a 3,200 iRating difference between the two. It's going to take the spot away and maybe pull the 10 car through. So Latch looking for that position, doesn't get it though. Now getting a little look from Mooney from behind. He backs off smartly. They don't make any contact. As Jake Silva in the 5 now gets a pretty bad run off the corner. One's got to check up though, nowhere to go. So Latch able to keep it a little lower off the corner in that 3rd spot. Also getting a little closer to that yellow line through the middle of the corner. The 1 car, a little scrape of the wall there down the back stretch. Top 4, all nose to tail. And the 10 car taking another look underneath, a little tap. It's got to back off. Got the one a little bit loose. He's going to end up losing a spot now to Mooney. And we'll drop back to the 10th or 4th spot. That's going to open the lead up to 0.3 for Sylvia. Souza, and we got a yellow. Looks like it's going to be the number 16. This is John Salemi. It's a little loose, little help from the 12. Almost eats the entry to pit road. And then gathers it back up, but was stopped a little bit off the racing line, so the yellow was thrown. Now the question is, are any of these top guys going to pit? And hopefully they don't, because I hate seeing pitting on short tracks. But are any of them going to pit for new tires? 5 car thought about it. Didn't. But we do have the 5th place car. Number 4, he is coming in. And not a whole lot of people coming with him. The only thing that's going to help him out is if there's another caution and then more of the field comes through. But right now, Miriam's going all the way back to 14th position. Looks like Keith Birch in the 7 is getting the wave around. He is 3 laps down to the leader. Now 2 laps down, and going to be hoping for a couple more cautions. 18 is on pit road, along with the 15. 17 headed back out, and the 4 is joining the back of the field in 14th. So starting lap 15 under caution here. And hopefully we'll get it back going in a couple of laps. So some quick little stats here while we pace around. The 5 car being the 5th best I-rated driver in here. Like I said, 1900, almost 2000 I rating. It's got the fastest lap of the race. No, actually, the number 2 car does. Of a 20.273. The 5 car has a 20.28. So, the 2 car that was in that first caution, back up to 10th spot. We're getting them lined back up 2 by 2 though. Lights are off on the pace car. We'll see if number 5 can hold on to this lead. The 10 car is also going to be looking to get back past the 6 and start working on the 5. 10 or the 1. 10 car looked to be a little quicker. That is Ryan Latch. So Sylvia in the 5, ringing them back around. Pace car ducks in. Green flag.
Green, green, green.
Great start by the 6 car Mooney inside of the 1 through 1 and 2. Little slip up by the 5 of Sylvia, and that's going to open the door for Mooney to go for the lead from 3rd spot. Pushes up just a little bit. Still underneath. We got big one behind. Caution is out as 4th on back, stacked up. Getting through that with minor damage and maybe taking over the 5th spot is going to be the 2 car that we saw spin out on the first caution. So a couple of people going to be swapping around, getting their positions back. Let's take a quick look and see what happened here. Looked like the 8 got turned just a bit. 11 car dives it in deep, pushes up, spins the 8. 2 slides by while getting plowed, and big stack up there. So that one all on the 11 car. The 8 just in the wrong spot at the wrong time. Go back live, pitting wise, a lot of people coming in to get some damage fixed. The 2 car is actually back in the pits getting the damage fixed as well, so the positions gained from that not going to benefit. 12 car and the 9, who we saw go on the outside of that wreck, they will gain quite a few spots through that. And then it looks like the 4, who was in 5th position before the last caution but hit, he is up to 9th. Got a couple of slower guys in front of him. So, like normal, when it's a single split and you got a varied group of talent throughout the field, it gets a little messy. Now, unfortunately for Mooney, he was set up to take the lead in that number 6 car, and the yellow just came out before he could get it done. So this has actually helped Souza, as he's got a better chance to get under the 6 into 1 and 2 and get back up to the top spot. Latch still in the 4th position, and then we got a whole new group of guys behind them that really at this point don't have much of a shot. Just looking at their times and speed, their fastest laps are 2/10 off of what the leaders are running. So just a quick update on the 2 car. He's going to rejoin in the 15th spot. New tires, got some damage fixed. Was in the pits for 53 seconds there, and actually went a lap down. So he's going to be looking for a caution to get a wave around. But hopefully we won't get any cautions and can go 30 6:37 laps. Get a good long run in on this one. So at this point, the top 7 have not pit, all on the tires they started with. Mooney looking to get a good jump on the outside, but does not. Might fall back into the grasp of the 1, but stays ahead, and now is going to set his sights on the 5 car.
Caution, yellow flag.
And immediately, another caution. Take a look and see if we can spot what happened here. That is the 2 car. Got really sideways, and due to that, the caution was tossed. So the 2 just turned down like there wasn't a car there. That's going to take away his chance at getting the free pass because he got an incident when the yellow came out. Looks like he's going back in for 4 set of tires. No, it looks like he's given up. We will see. He might head back out there, but at this point, multiple incidents. Not a good race for him, and it looks like starting in the back of one of these races is not good. So at this point, still only 7 guys that have not pit, and really as little as we've got to race. Not a whole lot of need for it. Looks like the 17 is in. 18 has pit 4 times. 17, this will be the 4th time he's pit. I believe Zach Washington's out, but he might have just been taking a tow for some reason. But at this point, 3 laps down to the leader, and we'll continue to go multiple laps down. So, quick rundown of who we got out there. Sylvia, Mooney, Souza, Latch in the 10, Harrell in the 12, Tomlinson in the 9, Thompson in the 14, that's that purple car there. The 13, that is going to be Siebler. Hernandez props still hasn't been able to make any movement just because we haven't got farther than 1 lap since he pit. Douglas McLaughlin in the 15, haven't even seen him on track, so having a quiet race. Doesn't look like he's damaged. Seegers in the 3, saw him on that first caution get into the 2. And lights are out. Let's hope that the second half of this race is way better than what we've seen in this first half. So pace car going to be ducking in just before turn 4. Green's out. Mooney tried to go a little earlier. Had to back off, and that's when Sylvia went. Into turn 1, and let's hope the rest of the field can make it through. They do. Now it's time to watch the top 4, see what happens up here. Mooney losing touch with Sylvia just a little bit. Souza right on the tail of the 6, getting a little better run through the center of the corner. Back here, looks like we got a battle for the 5th spot. That is Tomlinson getting around Harrell, or at least trying to. Harrell in the 12 gets a little bit of a run on the high side. A little too hot through the center, though. That's going to hurt his exit. Not much, though. So these guys side by side for a complete lap, and still not getting it done. The nose is there. It's coming back on the outside of Tomlinson. And now he's got the pass complete. Back here in 7th, Hernandez Props gets past the 14 up to 7th and is now running his fastest laps, 20.4, looking to gain on the 2 in front of him and get back in front of him where he should be. And at time he runs an even quicker lap and actually faster than what the leaders are running because they've got 35 lap old tires. Now the 1 of Souza underneath the 5, and we miss a pass for the lead as Mooney got around. Let's take it, see if we can see when that happened. So the door just opened up. Mooney got under. And Mooney went by, and then that allowed the 1 to get a nose under there. So the 1 just gets past the 5. And now 0.7 behind the leader. 5 starting to drop quickly now that we've got some green flag laps under our belts here, halfway, past halfway, now about 2/3 of the way through. Looking here now, the 4 car still running quick laps, just getting past the 12. Got a sight set on Tomlinson in the 9 now. Running slightly higher groove. Up front, the leader, Mooney, getting around the lap car. That is the 18, Michael Stawicki. Souza going to be looking to get around him as quickly as possible, too. Lead is now down to 0.7 even. And 5 car, big time push up through 3 and 4. And the tires have just fallen off that 5 car. Last 2 laps now, the 5 has been running half a second off of what the 2 leaders are. He's down to 21.0. This time gathers it back up and is quicker and does a 25 or 20.5. Little issue getting around the lap car. Finally gets it done. Back up front, we're down to 0.6 and under a 0.6 now. Souza tries to run down Mooney. We're seeing a little late run speed from Souza. Back here for the battle for 5th. Hernandez Probs looking to get around that 9 car still. Just in front of him, the 10's looking to get around the 18. You see Sylvia running back up high, back into the 21.2s. And once again, extremely high. That last time was the slowest lap on the track right now at a 21.4. So Latch looking to get an easy pass done. Back here, we've got the battle for 5th going past the lap car. Tomlinson gets by. Hernandez Props looking to get by and does so. Sylvia picks up the speed again. And must have been a little issue out of latch there. Take a quick look. He was fairly close to the 5 car. And gets a little loose out of 2. Loses a lot of ground. Now he's slowly reeling him back in. Back up front. 0.36 now is your gap. 12 to go. The one closing in on Mooney. Mooney running just a wheel width higher than Souza. Back behind them, we got 4 cars stacked up on each other, and it's going to be a battle. The 5 of Sylvia gets a little loose out of the corner. Latch can't capitalize on it, and we're down to a 0.28 now for the lead. Back here in the battle for 3rd. All 4 guys kind of holding even. But this is the battle we're going to focus on because it is getting close and it's for the position that matters. Hopefully we stay green and we can see what happens here. So, 9 to go now. Stacked up on each other. Gonna be looking to get that nose inside of the 6. Best way to pass is off the corner, but we'll see which way he decides to do. If it's a bomb to the inside, or if he's gonna try to get a better drive off the corner, down to a 0.199 for the gap between 1st and 2nd. Mooney holding strong, no mistakes, and now Souza puts it in the wall out of the corner and loses a car length. Back to a 0.350 as Mooney pulls away. Back behind, Latch, Tomlinson, and Hernandez all staying the same positions. Lap car ahead of the leaders. Will he choose to get out of the way? He doesn't. This is only going to help Souza out. That cut the gap down a car length. Back down to a 0.2. Mooney counting the laps now. 5 to go this time. But pulling away, this lap looks like it's going to be a little better now that he doesn't have to get around a lap car. 0.2 faster. Actually about 1.5. So the gap opens up to a 0.416. He's just running slightly higher, coming off the corner, not as high, and seems to be helping. But now Souza runs it right along the yellow line through 1 and 2, out to the wall, cuts a 1/10 out of it, and might get another 1/10 here on this lap. 2 to go. Gonna have to find some speed somewhere. Just slightly slower by 100th than last time around, but they got 2 lap cars in front of them. White flags out for Mooney. Just still barely quicker. They're running pretty much even laps. 18 car should pull up out of the way. Brakes a little early on the straightaway, and I don't think Mooney was ready for that, but luckily he had a big enough gap, and Mooney is going to hold off the 5,116 I-rated driver Isuzu to get the win. So, first half of the race, terrible mess. Second half, we go green, and Mooney gets the pass done on Sylvia, who just completely fell off on tires. Still held on to third, though. And Souza couldn't get the lead back, even though he had late run pace. And fairly good race, though, after that. So, good to see that it got cleaned up. And now Mooney definitely over a 2,000 I rating. But, yeah, I rating doesn't always mean crazy speed. So, 5,000 I rating just couldn't get by him. And I don't think it was because he couldn't pass. He was just slightly slower than Mooney, who kept it together. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that one. Hopefully you made it past the first half of the race. And let me know what you think of that race. Thanks.